Summertime. We love it. The weather is different. Here in southern Florida, it can rain in 1 minute and be sunny in the next. And we have a lot of things that we are very thankful for, like our air conditioner working. And I used the Creative Memories collection, Relax into Summer, and I made some pages and a few borders that I want to share with you. Let's get started. So my inspiration for today's video was in fact this Relax into Summer collection. I bought the bundle, so with the bundle came the Project Playbook, which is a new thing that Creative Memories is doing. I think it's great. It gives you ideas of page layouts that you can use so that you can make the pages, make these pages if you'd like, and use all of the different products that are included in the collection. I did look at this, but if you've been following me, you know me. I just like to do my own thing. So I did make a personal challenge to myself, and that was to use all of the elements in the collection. And I did that. The matte pack, look, I only have 2 mats left. And you know, the great thing about our photo mats is that you can use them for titles and so forth. They are double-sided, so if you want smaller journal boxes or little photos, you can use that. But they're also photo safe, and you can put a photo on here if you wanted. This is a 4.5 by 6.5, so a 4 by 6 photo would be on there and be beautifully framed. You can also cut these apart and put them in different shapes as well. So I used all but 2 of these, but I might use them for mats, for photo mats. Whenever I get a bundle, I do get an extra set of the laser borders, because if you're going to do a double page, you're going to want 2 of those. So I got 2 of these, and I use them all. The Relax into Summer paper, I used them, and I also used all of these different coordinating cardstock colors for some of the pages that I made. And pretty much this is what I have left. Not much, just a few little scraps. But I made some beautiful pages. Some of them are generic, some are subject specific, but that's what I want to share with you right now. Now, because last week I was in that folded paper mode, I started off with a folded paper idea. And I used the canary cardstock, coordinated cardstock, and I folded this edge of the paper. This was the lemon paper had these green leaves on the other side. So I did the opposite, which I love to do in a double page spread. I used the green, coordinating green here on this page, and then I used the folded paper on the other side here. And then I picked up, of course, on the greens and yellows. This is from our lemon punch that was out a couple of years ago, National Scrapbook Day. I love those little lemons. So I used that as well, and one of the little leaf punches that I have. And you see this I'm going to use, I left it flexible. This might be a mat for a photo. This might be a story. I might write a story here, maybe a journal box. But then on the flip side, I decided I wanted to, I did not mount it on cardstock. Okay, back up. What I did was I folded the paper over the edge here, and then I just made a little fold of the canary on this side and a fold of the green on this side. Okay, and then here, these are the included laser borders. That was an included laser border. All right, so here's the flip side now. This is the flip side. Jeez Louise. Okay, so these could go together, but they wouldn't necessarily, because, you know, if you're using a top-loading pocket, they may or may not be side by side. But rather than just have this one page, I just kept going with the lemon theme. This is the back of the leaf paper, so I created a layout for that as well. And on the back of the lemon paper is the leaf over here, so I added that leaf border, laser border that was included in the collection, and then just a couple strips of color. Did the same thing on both sides. As I said, you might be continuing, because very often what I'll do is I will use the same collection, maybe for a month in my annual album, in my calendar book, I will go ahead and use the same collection for a month if the color and the theme goes well. So out of these, I have 4 pages. And I did set it up so that the Good Times was on the left. But you see, that's very flexible. Good Times, weather doesn't necessarily have to be summertime. But anyway, you have 4 pages out of that. Now then I decided I wanted to try some mitering. Okay, so this is one side, and this is the other side. Now, when you miter, I'm going to just show you very easily. If you're not familiar with mitering, that's when you put 2 pieces of paper together. So what I did was I thought this ocean, I had it like this. This ocean paper is kind of busy, but I did want to show it, and of course it had the oyster shells on this part. So what I decided to do was I cut about a 3-inch strip off here, same thing here, and I mitered them together. What that means is I just put them side by side, and I used tape chips to put them together. Now, if you don't take this sticky off of here, you can leave the sticky on or you can take it off, because then I added a laser border to cover the seam. But I just think it's really nice because it's like a pre-made border of the paper. So this is just one piece of paper, but you get the 2 designs. Okay, so that's what I did here, and then adhered the laser border to it. And then on the flip side, you have the opposite. And you do have to be careful now. We have directionality here. So you want to make sure the water is kind of going the same way. And you could put these side by side, or you can just have some beautiful ocean pictures. This would work for the beach, for a fishing trip, whatever. Because you've got the oyster shells here. Could work for a nice seafood dinner, as a matter of fact. And then I thought what I did was I cut some shapes. You may want to put large photos on here. You might want to put smaller photos on here. But I pre-cut some, but I'm not sure exactly what's going to go here, so I don't want to adhere those down yet. Okay? But look at all the space that you have. And then these same mats, and these are the coordinating cardstocks, but these mats would work on the flip side as well. So once you have that cardstock picked out, then you know that it's going to coordinate. Okay, so that is my next one with the mitering. Okay, now I got adventurous. I'm going to share with you a mitering fail. I thought, wouldn't it be so cool if I could use I use the 12-inch trimmer. You know, it has that angle on it, on the 12-inch trimmer, because paper was too big for the little photo trimmer to fit it in there. But I thought, let me cut it at an angle and then I'll flip it over. Well, in theory, it sounded so easy and like it was going to be perfect. But I had trouble matching it up. I tried and I tried and I tried because it was this tile, this beautiful tile on one side, and then it was the little waves here. So I thought that would be just beautiful to have that. So here's how I solved my problem, because we don't want to waste our paper. So now I had these cuts here, and I didn't really want those seams to show. So what I did was I cut the border in half and I mitered these together, put the border right on top to cover up my seam. Same thing here and here. And then the little corners were a little funky, so I used some of the stickers, and I ended up making a beautiful page out of this. Now, this coordinates nicely with this Slow Living if you wanted to use that as a title page. Or you could just put a collage of pictures. When you have a frame like that, that's a great place to put a collage because it's organized chaos. Okay, I like to think of it because it's all together within that frame, so it draws your eye inside. So that's how I solved that problem. Don't worry if you make a mistake, just go with it. So I put these two. Is this one I put with this? Yeah. Well, you can do it either way. I have this very flexible because I use the same paper. But again, you want to watch directionality. So I added the leaves over here. This side what I did to make, this was the mitered page that I messed up on. So to make it more stable, I cut 1.5 inch frame and put it on top. And I think that helps hold it together a little bit more. And now I have another area where I could put individual photos, or I could put a collage of photos as well. I could continue these mats over here. Sometimes I mat photos, sometimes I do not, because sometimes I have so many pictures and I don't want to make an additional page or use peekaboo pockets. So I just kind of put them all in there and make a collage. So, and these are stickers from the collection, and I just made a little corner out of this. I love this tile pattern. I just think it's beautiful. So that was that, a successful fail. I really like the look of it. Okay, summertime and seafood. So these are very busy papers, but you know what? I just embraced it. So we have this checkerboard, which looks to me like a tablecloth. So I decided to put our delicious lobsters there. Now, you know, Florida lobsters don't look like this. We don't have the claws. They're more like crayfish. This would be a northeastern Atlantic lobsters. But so I have lobsters on this side, wine and dine. And if you're going to have a lobster, you want to at least balance it out and have a salad. So I put these beautiful little tomatoes over here. And I personally love these tomatoes because I grow a little tomato called an Everglades. It's an Everglades wild tomato, which are tiny little things. They're like little grape clusters, like this. And it takes a lot to put in your salad, but they're really, really fun. So this spoke to me right away. But what I did was I just picked up on the yellow, and that's why I added the yellow on both edges of the border. And then I made my mats like that, have a journal box. And then I did cut a yellow mat. I used the custom cutting system. I cut out this mat and then cut it on the next blade out. So I believe this might have been the blue and then the outside was the green, just so that it has a little bit of an edge on it. And now on the flip side, we have these papers. So for drop-in pockets, top-loading pockets, you can cover that up with mats. You could just use red cardstock and cover that with mats to kind of tone that down a little bit. But you've got 2 more pages ready to go. But I think this is a lot of fun. Okay, I embrace more busy paper. It's just happy, joyous paper. So this one I used that red checkerboard again, placed it on another strip because I wanted to use every piece of this paper. My base page was this little diamond shape with all the little relax into summer designs on it. And then I picked up on the pink that we have in here. And to make my mats, used one of the photo mats it might be a journal. I think this is probably going to be a journal box. And there's a little title there. Added an extra little sun. I popped up on foam squares. And then maybe fun is going out and having a delicious seafood dinner. Maybe it's riding on your Vespa, having a gelato. But there it is. And then on the other side, both of these sides had the sunshine, the sunburst. So I thought, what better place to put shade and sunglasses, because now these could be together, they could be side by side, or they could just be used as another summer page, or another summer themed, so that if you have these two together, maybe you're gonna document a special dinner that you had. Oh, I didn't finish explaining the border. Okay, so I cut I think this was like a 4-inch border, then I made a 2-inch on the red checkerboard, and then a 1-inch on this busy paper with the fork and the grapes and so forth. But I wanted to celebrate all these beautiful designs that are in this collection. So that's what I did. Now the last page I want to show you, because I was determined to use every piece of this collection. So I just got a piece of the cardstock, the red cardstock, and I added my lemons over here. The stripe here, because remember, got this yellow, picking up on the yellow here. And then this was a mat I cut in half. And then I added a little sand and sea, because we've got the palm trees here. This is the life. Added a little conch shell here. And then on the back, I made another layout using this tropical leaf and these beautiful pink blossoms. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they're frangipani. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, but I like them. And then I added a couple of photo mats. This could be a photo mat. Could also be a journal box, or I could add something else there. But just a little Hello Summer. This was a pre-cut border, so I have that as well. And I think that's just beautiful. And these don't have to coordinate. They just can be summer-themed things in your top-loading pockets. So I did make a few borders this time. That's what I want to share now. The first border I'm going to show you is just very simple, just a blue piece of blue cardstock. And I was out of pure blue, so this is another blue that coordinated. Again with that tile. And I made two, but I didn't adhere this one because I wanted to show you, if you're not familiar with this collection, this, all these laser cut borders are double-sided. So if you don't care for the color on one, you can just flip it over and you have an alternate, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. I used the 12-inch trimmer pinking blade to make a little design on there that just looks so pretty together. But you do have that option of the different colors for your borders. Here's a vertical border, dining al fresco, and I put this beautiful little olive oil dispenser. Amazing food and drink. This would just be a nice little border to put on a page. And look, I'm trying to make vertical borders. I am really trying. And this one, I made these two. These could go together on one page or on a double page. And this time I turned the tomatoes. Remember, I said they're double-sided. The others had green and yellow and red. So I turned it both on the red this time, put it on that checkered, which to me looks like a tablecloth. And then these pinking edges here, they were actually scraps, but I keep my scraps until I'm finished because I thought that would add a nice little edge to my border. So what would have been trash became a treasure. So think about that as well. Okay, again, these could be vertical, but they could very easily be horizontal as well. So that's why I didn't put any words on it, because it makes it much more flexible for you to switch it up. I did put words on this one, so I committed to a vertical one. Fun in the sun, relaxation mode, breathtaking views, sailing away, beach in it. Just a general summer-themed activity, or a day, or vacation. Okay, this was a mat, which I cut into an oval. And again, I didn't put any words on it or anything that had direction, because this could be used very easily horizontally or vertically, anywhere on your page. Okay, getting down to the last pieces. Going to celebrate limes here. Always love that. Making your sangria, your salsa. Have a little lime, put the lime in the coconut, drink it all up. And then this last one, I did just a strip of the pink paper. I'm again using up the pieces that I had of the coordinating cardstock, and just added these little frangipani, whatever those blossoms are. Now, because I wanted to use everything, I decided to make two embellishments. This is the name of the collection, Relax Into Summer. So I added Another Cocktail, Please, and the Keys to Paradise. And over here, Summer Love, You're One in a Million. Just little embellishments that you can add to your page to make it even more special. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gave you some good ideas, and go ahead and challenge yourself to use every piece in a bundle. Just see what you can come up with. We can always find use for those pages, particularly if they're kind of just generic, seasonal kinds of things. So I challenge you to do that. In the meantime, thanks for subscribing and watching my videos and clicking that like. Don't forget, if you ring the bell, then you'll get notified when my next video is going to be posted. You can stop by my Linda Scrapbooking station. I have a lot of products on there for creative memories, but also some of my pre-made pages and borders and those kinds of things. If you have an advisor, please shop with your advisor. We really appreciate your support. If you don't have an advisor, though, I would love that job. So, until next time, happy scrapbooking.